what you're doing.
I'll turn this so my name's showing.
We can move this.
Oh, no, you're fine. Whatever
Okay.
you want to do. And that's your wife's new one.
Who knows? A new thing comes in the mail every day. I can't keep up.
I feel you.
Okay, we're gonna
Ready?
start. Yeah,
Okay.
you ready?
Mm-hmm.
We do the intro.
Go ahead.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Blue Collar Bros podcast. This is episode 11. We have Erin with us. Welcome to the show, Erin.
Thank you for having me.
First things first, let's plug your socials. Where can we find your products? Where can we find you at?
Sure. So I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I'm on TikTok.
TikTok.
I am a TikToker. So I only have like 160, so I'm kind of new. So if you're watching, find me.
Yeah.
Crazy about crafting on TikTok. That's my username on there. And then I am on Etsy too. Burlap Prints by Erin. So you can find me on Etsy, but mainly I'm on Instagram and Facebook. It's where I do most of my platforming.
Yeah.
Exposure.
I feel like Instagram's just so easy.
Yeah,
It's
it
my
is.
favorite.
And they link. It's like so nice that they kind of link together.
I feel like Instagram's harder for me though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I struggle with Instagram. Facebook, TikTok, I got it.
Yeah.
Instagram, I don't got it.
Yeah, but there's I'm 38. I'll give my age away, whatever. But I'm starting to see like the development in social media, and I'm to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting behind.
Yeah.
Like, I was so on top of it before.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh my God.
It's almost a full-time job to try to keep up with it all.
Yeah.
It really is,
Yeah.
But I mean, it's evolving. You have to really stay on top of it. But TikTok's fun. Like, I haven't got it in front of it doing the whatevers, but mainly they're my products, Maybe we can put one together after the show, right?
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You're the oldest one in this room.
Oh, okay,
Just putting that out
good.
there.
It's not by much.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go a quick intro. I only said your first name, so full name, where are you from,
Okay.
where'd you go to high school, what'd you do after high school?
Okay, so my name is Erin Miles. Maiden name was Bazzelli. So I was born and raised in Elwood City, Pennsylvania. And I went to Lincoln High School. I graduated in 2002, and I went on to IUP as my first 2 years of college, and then I transferred to Slippery Rock, and I finished my business degree there. So, so then I got my bachelor's in business administration and marketing. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what does your business consist of? This is your secondary, kind of side hustle, right? Because you have a full-time job.
Yeah.
Which is fun. You work 40 hours a week and then another, 20?
Yeah. Yeah. And I work from home. So it's like I work as soon as I'm done with work, I go to my side hustle and I work again.
Yeah.
So, and I have several side hustles, but this is my main one, I guess you can say, and that's crafting and creating home decor, personalized gifts, and I find it to be more of a therapy than it's like an escape.
Okay.
So that's what I love to do. Is craft. I make wreaths, I make cups.
Yeah, we have it
some
all.
of my stuff here.
This is from the Sherry collection.
The Sherry collection, yeah. She's my number one fan.
Yeah. We have pens, wine glasses, plaques, wreaths.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is all from our house.
Little this, little that, and I've evolved. When I first started doing this, what you're seeing here didn't exist.
Right, burlap prints. Right?
I know, right? So that's where it started, and I wish I would have picked a different name, but it's kind of a household name now. So I'm the burlap girl, but whatever, it works, right? But yeah, I started. I invested in a machine that was able to print on burlap, and I did personalized plaques, framed artwork for weddings, babies, announcements, like you name it, whatever you wanted, like these framed burlap prints were like the thing, and they still are, but I just don't do them as much because again, my business has just evolved.
What do you see more of now, like the cups?
Cups and wreaths.
Tumblers, like...
Yeah, tumblers and wreaths. So, I mean, that's kind of where I've downsized. And actually, I'm in the process of redoing my studio at the moment because I still have little bits of what I've done in the past. And now I'm just solely setting up to do the cups and the wreaths. Yeah. So.
Does that make you sad, or is that like...
No, it feels really good. It feels really good to let go.
Yeah, sometimes when you start out like those little things just don't become worth it.
It was actually kind of like reminiscing. Like I'm going through, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did this. It's been so long. I mean, I started this in 2014, so gosh, let's see, 8 years that I've been doing this. So it's kind of neat to see my little timeline and how far I've come. So.
And you have to trial things before you know what sticks.
Yeah,
so.
And you know what? Well, in this business, it's trendy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it is trendy. Like I said, the burlap prints were huge at one time. And now it's kind of like I still have my customers that still want them. They're still having babies. They have them for 3 kids. They want it for the 4th one. So yes, I still do it. But I just don't advertise it as much as I do my other things that are kind of like my core product lines.
We started in 2014 too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Look
so
at
I started
that.
doing batting gloves, and then we kind of like pivoted towards like kind of jerseys and bats and stuff. Then we kind of pivoted again towards like the shirts, and that's kind of where we kind of hit our niche, you know? Like,
I love the pivot like comment.
Yeah.
Pivot, you know? Yeah.
For sure.
But it's like the evolution of small businesses. I don't think that we're alone in this. I think a lot of businesses, it's a lot of trial and error to see where you really fit and where it really works for you.
Yeah, I was just talking to a buddy probably this past weekend. He was talking about, maybe getting into the sporting goods. And I said, here's what you need to know. You know, you're sitting on thousands of dollars to sell $5 at a time, to profit $5. So like in the grand scheme of things, you have $3,000 in your house, you sell 1 pair of gloves, you got $5 in your pocket. It doesn't feel real good.
Yeah, it's not working.
Yeah, and you prove a point though. It's kind of like that's another, I think, a pain that small business owners find is what's a good price point? Like to actually make money.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where and that's our goal. Like we're not doing this to, to hit, to make it even. You want to make a profit, and that's hard with starting out.
Oh, it's
like
really hard.
it's a lot of research.
Because why is somebody going to come to you?
Yes.
Over
to
anybody
make yourself
else?
different.
Yeah.
Like you have to definitely create like a differentiate yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. We started at the same time.
Yeah,
And look, we're still going.
Yeah. Okay. Any like mistakes or blunders that you made like when you were starting out, or maybe you like dropped a bucket of epoxy on your basement floor? Anything that
oh my god
you learned from that you were
I've
like
lost many outfits. I definitely, I mean, when I first started, a lot of this was new. Like the cups, like you couldn't buy something somewhere. My husband and I literally built like my fixtures, and I was researching with whatever I could. And when I first started with my wreaths, they didn't have, my only sources back then were like Michael's and Joann Fabrics, which was so limited with materials. So every once in a while, like a memory will come up on my Facebook, and I'll be like, oh my god. Oh my god. But now, like, it's like, it's all practice too. Like, you just keep getting better, especially when it's something that you're producing with your own 2 hands. Our businesses are a little different because you are making stuff though.
Yeah.
You are, but you're also turning something around. Like you're like almost like a wholesaler. You're getting something and it's going back out. Yeah. So you're kind of doing a little bit of both, but everything that's going out of my shop, like I've touched and I've created it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it just comes with research, practice, and so I look at what I made like 6 years ago and what I made now, and I'm like, oh. It just keeps getting better. Like, it's just, again, trial and error, you know? And I have such a big following now. I have like amazing customers and clients, and, you know, your business just keeps evolving. But I would say I've destroyed, like I said, a lot of shoes, a lot of clothes. My husband hates that I have a part of his garage for like anything. She's like, there's stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I told Sherry, don't. When we bought the house, don't even look at the garage.
It doesn't exist.
I know, right? Well, unfortunately, I am giving him his space back. That's a part of the whole transition that I'm going through right now. But yeah, so it's kind of fun to take a little step down memory lane. In an 8-year period, a lot of things have changed.
I'll share a blunder. I keep asking this question, like, what's your biggest blunder? So our biggest blunder was when we bought the machine, the printer, and we got a heat press with it and all this stuff. We were making shirts. We struggled making these shirts at first, like. Especially with the printable vinyl, it just seemed to not adhere. So some days were better than others. Some days we're pressing and they're peeling right back up or stretching. And when you only have a couple shirts in stock, like, that's a big deal. Or if somebody needs it today and you screw one of them up, like, that's a big deal. So I ended up buying a different heat press. Everything went smooth for a long time. And then we went back to this other heat press. I think I took it to an event and I found that it actually clicked down. So we weren't using it.
You weren't pressing
it.
it.
It was an operator
But the way it was set up, we had a flimsier table, so we couldn't, really hammer it down.
And not closing.
And when we took it out, I think when I moved it, went click in it. Almost like a magnet together. I'm like, oh my God, we used this thing the wrong way.
Oh my gosh,
for like
that aha
months.
moment.
Yeah. But so that's our biggest blunder. Starting out, like, we couldn't figure it out. What are we doing wrong? We're setting the temperature different. We're doing all this stuff. Here it was just, a difference of that, like a quarter of an inch.
It wasn't clamping.
Yeah.
And like a lot of that, because I did t-shirts like back again when I first started. I had the heat press and all that stuff, but different products take different temperatures. Like different manufacturers, materials take different. So it's so like it's a science.
Yeah.
It really is. But a click.
Yeah,
that's all it was. A click.
That's it. Okay, so where does most of your business come from? And when I ask that question, I'm not saying like, oh, does it come from your friends? I'm saying, does it come from? Where's your most organic business come from? Do people find you mostly on Instagram or Facebook, Etsy?
Yeah, so it comes from all over. Really, I literally just set up my Etsy shop like 2 months ago. So I'm very green with Etsy and I'm still learning, but it's there. But honestly, sometimes a lot of my products don't even get to Etsy. Like I'll post them on Facebook or Instagram and they're gone. They're sold. So it's like, I would prefer to do it that way because Etsy and any type of selling platform, they take a percentage. So it's kind of like easier to do it this way. And I don't have to charge as much to my customers because there's not those extra fees. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to have that option to do it that way. Mm-hmm. But I would say probably just Facebook and then word of mouth. I've done shows. Last year I took a leap and I had my wreaths in a home decor store in Butler. So that was something new, something different to try. I did that for about 3 months. And I did get some clients from that. So it's just kind of like, I've done craft shows. I've done fall festivals. When I first started, I did the festival in Elwood, the 4th of July festival.
Huge.
That I got a lot of exposure there, and that was when I was like very new and just starting. So
that's like right up your alley. That's like what it's meant for.
Oh, totally. Yeah. So that was really exciting, and it's my hometown, so it was really nice to see a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of friends come home, for the holiday weekend, and you got to see people we haven't seen in a long time. But it's just kind of word of mouth and just kind of getting myself out there. I've never done ads on Facebook. It's just kind of very organic.
Good.
Yeah, so.
Going to Etsy, our first guest, Jake, we were having a conversation. He makes He has like metal signs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, custom metal signs and stuff. And Etsy kind of fascinates me because it can really just skyrocket your business if you're doing it right. Like you can make hard hat stickers, which is on the back burner for us. Like hard hat stickers, and they can go crazy
Stickers
busy.
are huge. That's a huge market.
Oh yeah,
right now.
And I was talking to him. You know, we feel bad because we live in an area where price is really a factor when you're selling something and you're doing a service. Like some of these other areas, you can tell them whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. So I told him on Etsy, if you could just find something like a personalized can opener or like something for groomsmen or something that you can ship and charge whatever you got to charge for. Who cares? You're not seeing these people. It's not like, you know, you're telling your buddy, hey, I need $50 for this. Like, put it on there. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, then no harm, no foul. You know, so.
Well, you're reaching a bigger demographic.
And people have an idea in their mind, like, I have this much to spend per groomsman. You know, so they might hit that $30, you know, because it says their name on it.
Yeah. Well, I will say there's. Am I allowed to say I swear? Like.
Yeah.
I don't know. My grandpa always used to say there's an ass for every seat. Like whatever one fits in there, they're gonna pick that seat. So it's like it may not go for the person that's looking at it right now, but there could be someone all the way across the United States that their ass fits perfectly in that seat. You know what I mean?
Maybe they want 50 of them.
Maybe they want 50 of them. It's just a matter of like reaching a bigger, like a different demographic, a different audience, a different audience.
So what's your favorite thing to do to make? What's your favorite? What's the easiest? Let's start with that.
Rates are the easiest.
Okay.
Because this stuff is so time consuming. Like it's a lot of work. We kind of were talking about that before we started. But like I have to say though, with the cups, like I can do anything. Yeah. Like it's like I can personalize it with a photo if you can turn that around.
This one's really cool.
That
I think
that
with
Stitch.
The Stitch and the beach with the ocean. I like that one.
Yeah, but like
I mean, I like them all.
But I can put pictures on them. I can, you know, I've gotten some really off the wall requests, but hey, you know, it's something that you can't go into the store and buy. Like, you know, something like this.
No, you can't.
You can't go into the store and buy. So I love that I'm able to bring something to life that someone wants to gift to someone or have for themselves or have something unique for a bachelorette party or a vacation.
Yeah,
you know,
we bought these for vacation.
For vacation, yeah. So
you go to the resorts and they'll just keep filling it up.
Just fill that up.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel
Don't
like
drink
this
the
is
water.
Like...
No water.
And I feel like not everybody can do this. Like you just can't. You just can't go buy the stuff and do it. Like we were talking about. You need to know what you're doing.
It's an art form. I mean, it's a really. I mean, I'll tell you, there's a lot of trial and error. I threw a lot of cups away.
Speaking of cups,
were
they always metal? Or because lately, like I know, probably 5 years ago, these tumblers were expensive. Like the price keeps coming down on them. Does that help you out?
So I buy from a wholesaler.
Okay,
so so it doesn't really affect me because I buy in bulk. But I mean, when I first started, I mean, I was buying like, you know, I mean, I'll be honest with you, they're double wall stainless steel tumblers. Yeah. Whether they slap a Yeti on them or like
they all do
it's all the same technology. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
I have a Walmart one and I have a Yeti, and you can't tell the difference.
And they've done tests. They've done tests on them. You know, but I like I always buy them before I sell them. So any cup that I've used, I have myself, and I've used it myself. So I don't sell anything that I know isn't going to work. I have a lot of cups. You think this is a lot of cups? You should see. I had my husband buy a cabinet for all of our cups. There's a lot. So, but yeah, I mean, I really haven't hit or felt any of that change in price, but it's because I have a good source and a good quality source too.
Okay. What is your vision for the future? Do you ever see this taking over like full time, or is this always just going to be like a little part of you that?
Well, being that I have a full-time job, like if I had that capacity, like I would, but I think I'm happy with where I am right now.
Okay.
If the opportunity would arise, of course I would definitely work on growing myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard when you're working yourself.
Yeah.
Now since I started, my mom has been my little partner in crime. So she does help me a lot. So I do have someone that does help me when I am backed up or really busy, and she helps me a lot with my wreaths. But I think that if I would take it to the next level, I would probably have to really because I'm probably maxed. I'm maxed right now. Yeah. If I were to grow anymore, I would have to really consider quitting my full-time job that I love what I do doing that. I'm torn. I love everything I do.
That's good.
I'm like, I just need another one. I need another one in me. If you can clone, if you can figure that out, let's do it.
Now, we talked a little bit before we turned the camera on.
Yeah.
You run a wedding expo.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. What does that entail? That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. And, one of my passions is small business because I am, and I have been a small business owner for a really long time. And in 2019, the opportunity was there to take over a large bridal expo right here in Newcastle. And it's been a staple in our community for 46 years.
Wow.
So I was really excited to kind of breathe some new life into it and just take some of my knowledge and my experiences and my professional background and kind of apply it. And what I love the most about it, of course, I love helping brides and grooms plan their weddings, but I love helping the small businesses that basically make up the wedding community, business community, thrive and connect. So I'm that bridge that kind of connects a bride to a business. And my sister-in-law and Jess and I, we run that, and I love every single second of it.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
We did it one year.
You did, yes. They were our first year that we took over. So, and we have so much, like, my head is just constantly like
booking those people.
Yeah.
You try to separate the vendors, like as far as photographer.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want them right next to each other.
No, I mean, I have a map, and I'm constantly. It's like putting a puzzle together because. I mean, we host it, and it's been at the Scottish Rite Cathedral in Newcastle for as long as it has been in servicing the community. And you've been to the cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody has been there, it's huge and it's sectioned off. So we have multiple rooms that we use. So you want to make sure that you have a really nice selection in each room, and you want to make sure that no one is no florists are together, or no, you know what I mean. You want to make sure that
across
everybody. I know,
rough.
you know, I don't want to have to ding ding ding. But it's basically a one-stop shop, I planned a wedding. I don't know how much you were involved in the wedding planning as a groom.
I was the veto guy.
Were you?
Yeah,
okay.
Like she would say, I want this guy. I'd say, how much? No, we're not doing that.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I've seen both.
Yeah.
I've seen men like that, and I've seen grooms that are very involved in the planning, and it's like, but it's that. A lot of these small businesses, they don't have a brick and mortar. Like you guys, I mean, you're out of your house, but you don't have a storefront.
Right.
So this is an opportunity for them to set up, show their products and services to the community and kind of get their name out there. It's hard to do that. I mean, you can do ads and you can do whatever, but to physically see a tangible product is an amazing thing to give that opportunity to someone to do. So,
is it like a one-day event?
It is, yeah. It happens the last weekend in January every year. Okay. It's been the same weekend since it started, and it's I can't say like the wedding market has changed drastically in who, it's not just anymore a florist, a DJ, and whatever. Like you guys, for example, you guys do bride tribe gear.
Yeah.
You know, there's like so much that happens with a wedding now. It's from the bachelorette party, which is so extravagant, to the bachelor party, to the honeymoon. I mean, you name it, we have it there. So it's just checklist, and that's what we want. And that's helping our communities thrive, our economy. You know, we're giving our small businesses that opportunity to stay in business, which the last 2 years, as we've all kind of experienced, has been a little bit rocky. So I feel very honored to have that opportunity to host something like this.
What kind of turnout do you get?
So
massive.
Really?
Always a lot. There's a lot of traffic. Yeah. We've seen it all. We've seen pre-COVID. We've seen post-COVID. We averaged 75 to 85 vendors at the cathedral, and we still kind of, which is on the that's on the larger side, but we still managed to have that small, like, feel where it's more intimate,
personalized.
It's more personalized, where you
don't
feel like because of the rooms, and that's all strategy. And but you know, we saw a lot pre-COVID of just people in the community coming. Like, it wasn't the right people to be there, which we welcome anyone that wants to come.
But you like the grooms, the bride and grooms.
Bride and grooms, yeah. But it doesn't matter. I mean, whoever wants to come, I know. It's like, whatever.
Your target market.
We had a bride come one year that had no boyfriend and had and was planning her wedding. So when she found someone that she was going to marry, she had no wedding. I don't know. I'm not
fast track it.
I'm not following that.
Yeah.
I'm not following that. I don't know.
Sounds like a toxic trait to me.
Who the lucky man was. But
I met a girl and she had the arrangement set up. I'm out.
What is that? Stage 5 clinger?
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Sounds sketchy.
Wow.
Yeah. But we've seen it all. But mainly, and then, you know, as for so we had our first show this past January that was post-COVID, and we saw more brides, grooms together coming and actually utilizing the resources. So it was more quality, not quantity, which is what we want. You know what I mean? If you could really feed out. So, I mean, I think what we're doing is the right thing. And if anyone out there is a small business owner, and you want to get your name out there, Newcastle Bridal Fair, we're on Facebook and Instagram, and we have a website, Newcastle Bridal Fair. Bridalfair.com. I can't talk right now. But yeah, we start getting communications out for next year in June. So it's going to be really exciting, and a lot of good changes coming. So we're excited.
I know when we went, Benny Say was there slinging out wine slushies.
Oh, really?
They were popular.
Yeah, I was going to say, that would make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to.
And we get businesses from all over. It's not just Newcastle. Youngstown, Hermitage, Sharon, Pittsburgh, Cranberry. I mean,
Grove City,
Butler. I mean, you name it. Beaver County, Lawrence County, Erie. I mean, we have vendors coming from all over. We have brides coming from all over. It's not, we're just here. This is where it's held, but we get businesses and brides and grooms from all over. It's interesting.
Well, I got nothing else except for like wrapping it up and talking about you a little bit. Do you have anything to add? You want to add anything about the wedding fair or bridal fair?
Bridal fair?
We covered a lot.
No, I mean, if you're getting married, you know, come find me.
Do you manage all those socials too?
Yeah, me and my sister-in-law. Yeah.
So how many socials do you manage?
Yeah,
my personal one.
I can't even.
Which is basically all my dog.
Yeah. Your personal one's all your dog.
That's all my dog.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a question I was getting. How much dog content do you consume?
Not as much as. Oh, wait, content?
Yeah,
content. A lot. Yeah. Because me and your wife are constantly sharing that together. Right? Yeah.
Every time I'm on Facebook.
But, yeah. I'm just not allowed to dress mine up.
Yeah, I have no
control. I'm jealous of what happens here. But no, I mean, like, so I do my own personal social media, and then we work on the bridal fair. So
that's a lot.
My phone dings a lot, and I sleep very well at night. I have no problem sleeping.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I'm like, boom,
I gotta grab a drink real quick.
Yeah.
I died.
That's okay.
I left mine all the way over here. I usually slug it the whole time.
Why aren't you drinking out of your cup?
Those are just
I'll just play, okay.
Okay, so do you have a locked-in routine every day? Do you wake up at the same time? Do you try to go to the gym same time every day?
Well, I'm really trying. No, because my weeks and days, it just, like, it could take a curveball. Like, so I try and have a routine, but it's basically, like, it just depends on, I go week by week,
so how do you have time?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I try, like, you know.
I asked that question, but I don't have I have a general, pattern, basic. But I can't.
I'm trying, like, I really am. And I'll be honest with you, I think COVID really threw me off a little bit. Like, I had a routine, and then COVID threw me off, and now, like, I work from home now. Like, so, like, with my big girl job, that's what I call it.
Like, so you worked in an office prior to COVID?
Yeah, I did. And now I work. Yeah, so that was, like, a hard transition. And then, like, because at lunchtime I would go to the gym, and, like, I would do, like, I had a routine, and then, like, boom, like, one day, like, everything's stopped.
Do you wish it was pre-COVID? Like, do you wish you went back to an office now?
No, I just haven't found my niche yet. Like, I still don't have, like, that, my groove yet. It's hard. And, like, it's like as soon as I clock out, I would have that hour drive home where I would, like, be able to, like, listen and unwind and, like, have that. But now it's, like, literally as soon as I'm done, I'm off to whatever, like, you know, like, going, like, who needs this? Where am I taking this? You know?
And so now, like, your house is, like, viewed as your office.
It's, like, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but, yeah, I've been trying, like, I have an accountability buddy, your wife.
Yeah. You both need accountability. You need accountability supervisor.
We need a third party. If anybody wants to be our workout accountability buddy, please let us know.
I ask her every day. You know, it's funny. I tell people this too. I'm like, you know, we go to the gym. On the way home, she's like, I'm so happy I went to the gym. Thank you for making me go, or thank you for asking me. Mm-hmm. That felt so good. I'm in such a good mood. The next day she wakes up, she's like, are we going to the gym today? I'm like, same time every day, 4:30, you know? When 3:30 hits, she goes, nah, I don't think I want to go to the gym today. I'm like, come on. You know you feel better. She's like, oh, I'm tired.
I do. I think of a lot of things that are more important, but now, you know. But those happy juices, like when they start flowing, like the endorphins, it's like, oh, I feel so good. I'm glad I did that. But it's right. Then you forget about it. No, they need to be like a 48-hour thing, and then like, you know, I'll be able to get that 30-day habit forming.
Yeah, you just
routine.
Have to form that habit.
I know.
You guys are both on that kick together, huh? Are you listening to Atomic Habits? Are you reading it?
She just told me about it on Tuesday, I think I went to the gym with her. Yeah, Tuesday.
So do you have Audible?
The 1% every day.
I love that.
I told her I went back 10% today.
You're exercising your brain a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, that's all.
Listen, if you have Audible, for whoever's watching, you can actually get a free audiobook from a buddy.
Yeah.
You can pick anything in the library for free one time. So, you want that book, I'll send it to you. It's a good one to listen to. Atomic Habits.
Yeah, well,
by James Clear. It's a really, really good one. You listen to it, you're like, man, this makes so much sense. I'm going to get all these good habits, and that lasts for a little bit, and then you got to listen to it again because you know, life happens, and then you get...
Well, that's it. I derail.
Yeah.
And that's why I just need to, I need this Atomic Habit thing, so thank you.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, thanks.
So speaking of author podcast, do you listen to anything like that? Are you mostly a music kind of person? Do you?
I listen to Crime Junkies.
Okay. That's a good one.
I do. That's like my podcast. And then I listen to the Jason Bateman one. Smartless. Okay. Yeah. So
that's what Sherry listens to.
Yeah, she got me hooked on that one. So nothing that improves me personally. It just gives me nightmares and I don't want to go to Walmart by myself. Yeah. That's all.
Outside of, we know you go to the gym, what are your hobbies? Like your dogs kind of...
Yeah, they run my life. Yeah, They run my life. Now, I mean, my husband and I, we don't do it as much, but we like outdoor. He's an huge avid outdoorsman. So we hike, we kind of do that kind of stuff. But mainly this is like my fun stuff.
Yeah.
Like this is, I kind of turned a passion into work. And, you know, when I started this, like I did this to get my mind off of things. You know, in 2014, I was diagnosed with cancer, and I was like, yeah. So I was like, I need to do something to like get my mind off of things. So I just went downstairs and I had my crafty things, and I started seeing like wreaths. I'm like, oh, I want to try that and dabble at it. And, you know, and that's just kind of like how it evolved, you know, and it just started as like, I need to keep my mind busy, and look what a positive thing came out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's awesome.
Did you have like a creative mind? Were you
I've always
artistic?
I mean, both of my grandmothers, like, I mean, they taught me how to sew when I was like I was using a sewing machine at like 7 or 8, and they all crocheted. Like they showed me how to crochet, like, you know, anything. And I love to draw. My brother was really talented. Was a really talented artist, and so we've always had that real creative gene, I guess, floating around. So I've always been into this kind of stuff.
Does your husband work at the hospital?
He does, yeah.
Do you know Burlap Miles?
He's a CAT scan. He works in CAT scan.
Probably to see him.
Cody used to work.
Oh, did you? Where did you work?
I worked on the telemetry floor and critical care.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sure
Definitely
I would
to
know
see him,
him to
yeah.
see him, because I would, you know,
everybody there.
Yeah, you know
face-wise.
everybody there face wise.
Yeah. I think 2010 he started there. When did you?
I started in 2014 and then left in 2018.
Oh, okay. I'll show you pictures.
Yeah, I was gonna say, show me a picture of him, because I probably do.
He's
recognize
like the
him.
only guy. I think there's only 2 guys in like the whole.
Yeah, there's not. Yeah,
apartment.
yeah.
So it's hard to miss him, but yeah, he saved lives all through They all did all through the pandemic. Work.
Yeah.
It's crazy times.
Yeah.
So, and you said you left so you missed all the fun.
Well, I left the hospital environment.
Oh, completely.
And I went into home care.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, I went into a long-term care facility.
Oh, wow.
Right as COVID hit.
Oh, no.
And it was awful.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like,
Are you still doing
no,
that?
I don't. No, I don't.
No.
I'm not. Yeah. I left nursing altogether.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really surprised. Like,
I started my construction business in June of last year.
Okay.
So I've been
Good for
doing
you.
that since. I mean, I had to leave. It was like, and I guess this is getting into a little bit off topic.
That's okay.
But what COVID did was highlighted everywhere that the healthcare as a whole was just hanging on by a thread.
Mm-hmm.
And it just highlighted all the issues.
Yeah.
And it just snapped.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was nothing holding it together except donuts, really. Really, that's all it was. And then COVID hit, and then management was just after people, just work. I mean, burnout is just crazy. I mean, nursing burnout to begin with, healthcare as a whole, burnout happens so frequently.
Yeah.
And then COVID just made it even worse.
Oh.
Even worse. It's awful. And it's like they're just trying to get by, and no one's really doing anything about it. No one's fixing anything. It's just, what are you gonna do?
No.
I couldn't take it.
No, I know. I have a lot of friends that, like, they tell me, like, actually, you know, with my bridal fair, you know, who I talk to and network with and stuff, I met this woman who was a nurse for so long, and then she now has a mobile, like, she got a horse trailer and transformed it into a bar. It's a mobile bar. So she left.
My sister just sent me a picture of that. Like, she's like, a horse trailer converted into a mobile bar. And it's like, that's what I want to do. It's like, okay, Lacey.
They go all over the place with
it's a great idea.
So you can have a backyard wedding, and this full bar just gets parked in your backyard, and like, so she went from nursing. She's like, I can't take it anymore. I saw too many people dying. and now she's a bartender
Yeah.
in a horse trailer. Like, you know what I mean? So you just, I think it really makes you think, like, is this really as much as you love to help people? And that's such a huge, like, whoever is doing that, like, thank you. Like, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing.
Right.
It just takes a special person to do it.
And even more so now.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, the people that are still in it are just, like, they all need just, like, rewarded.
Well, that's just it. Like, I don't think that's happening enough. I don't think that that's, like, happening enough to keep that morale going. And that's just that's a managerial thing. But thank you if you're saving lives. That's not bashing that at all.
No. It's actually, we're doing the opposite.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's that.
That was a little tangent.
That's all right. Good segue.
You got
Good
got anything else for me?
Yeah. So one last thing.
One last thing. Okay.
We'll hit you with two last things.
Okay.
So one, do you have a favorite quote, or is there words you live by? Is there something that resonates with you?
I mean, I say the Serenity Prayer a lot.
Okay. That's not a bad answer.
I think it's like one of those things that you just kind of have to like take in, like, really, is this something I can control and just let go of what can't? I mean, I think a lot of people need to really think about that.
Is that changed into the TikTok Holy Spirit?
Activate? Yeah, totally. Did that, like, so not to like say this, but that happened on Family Feud, right? Isn't that where that came from?
I think so.
Like,
was it Kelly Ripa?
Yeah, I think it's someone on, like, a guest on Family Feud. I'm like, what? What is this? How does this happen? But, no, I mean, really, that's probably one of my biggest thing is, you know, I have to sometimes say, like, especially, you know, I have to constantly tell myself, like, sometimes you can control things and sometimes you can't. And you just have to realize when that is.
Yeah.
And I am a perfectionist, which is really hard because I always want to make everybody happy. So I think that's probably the one thing that I do recite often.
Okay. Good answer.
Thanks.
Good answer. And then the last thing is, what would your spirit animal be?
Oh my God.
A dog.
I'm so many. I know. Labrador. I'm a Labrador lover. I have a chocolate lab and I have a yellow lab. Josephine is my yellow lab and Lucy is my chocolate. I love her pieces.
I think the dogs got shout outs before your husband.
I know.
I don't think you said your husband.
I know. I don't even think it's that high.
She was like, my husband's name is Bert. She's like, my dogs are.
They are. I mean, I just
you
love
guys are sick.
Yeah, I know. I know. I actually can't wait for this to be over so I can go squeeze your dog.
All right, on that note, that's going to end it.
Okay.
Thank you for coming by.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity.
You're welcome. And if somebody wants to find you, go ahead and plug your socials again real quick.
Yeah, so on Facebook and Instagram, Burlap Prints and More by Erin. On TikTok, it's Crazy About Crafting. And if you want to find me on Etsy, it is Burlap Prints by Erin. And that's it.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.